Why don't you tell the story for our viewers?
Okay, well the story is basically Von and Mike Crisis, two cousins, both born in Western Maine. Parents, both sets of parents, Army people. You know, so Mike and Von are essentially Army brats. Both sets of parents moved over to Germany, Braunschweig, Germany, and were stationed there. And through a horrible, horrible set of circumstances, they found themselves in the artillery shed on the base there. And one thing led to another, and it's still kind of, it's still really unknown how the explosion happened. But massive explosion, and took both sets of parents out of the picture, and also about a quarter of the enlisted men also. So that essentially left Mike and Von orphans, and they were immediately put into an orphanage in Braunschweig. And about 3 years later, their grandmother Chim found out where they were and basically rescued them. They were about to be assimilated into the Braunschweig community, which is, if you've ever been there, it's no place to be. You know, even if you're German. So Grandma Chim brought the cousins back home. They resettled in Western Maine, West Hoover, Western Maine, and they pretty much reconnected with rock and roll. And actually, when they were over in Braunschweig, rock and roll was pretty much their savior. And they were heavily influenced by a lot of the German rock that was going on there, the Scorpions and Accept. And actually, we're very excited because the album that's coming out, Ass Grinding Rock and Roll, was actually produced by Klaus Meine, who was the singer for the Scorpions. So, you know, that's basically the story in a nutshell. And the live show that you're seeing tonight is just a very small version of what you're going to get when the album comes out and the album breaks, which I'm thinking when it comes out it'll probably break in about, you know, I don't want to put my eggs all in one basket, but I'm thinking probably 2 weeks or so after it comes out. And you know, the world is essentially the band's oyster, you know. So you know, we're just going to take it from there. And World Domination probably comes out in October. I'm thinking World Domination by January. Yeah.
So why don't you tell a little bit about what goes into a last band stage?
Well, the show that you're seeing tonight, it's a Saturday night. Load-in was Thursday morning, and it is expensive because you've got a crew. Hang on. This is Dell. Hey, Bruce. Like I said, you know, the album's coming out in October. We'll take commercial offers first week of October, okay? We got a deal coming up with Meineke that we're very excited about. The band is going to be the spokes band for Meineke. And unless Jiffy Lube can match those numbers, then I don't think we have anything to discuss, okay? Well, I don't want to say. I'm actually in the middle of an interview. And you know, if those numbers actually come out in this interview, you know, that could be detrimental to the deal, and I don't want that. Oh, I am. Well, let me call you back, okay? Okay? All right. I love you too. So, what was I talking about? The show? Yeah, load-in was at around 10 a.m. on Thursday morning. You got the crew. It's a 14-man crew. And you know, you got to feed them breakfast, lunch, and dinner. We had to. They had shows booked already in the venue, so we had to basically pay those bands not to play. There were some bands playing. There was a local band, I think, called the Commas, who were playing, and I think actually a band that was on the bill tonight, Rock Ghost or something, some new band, and. So basically, you put the lighting rig up, and that takes about a day and a half. You know, you got to tune all the drums, 2 hours of drum. You know, you got to get the smoke machine running. That's you got fire marshals coming in. See, the show that you see tonight, it is just like, you know, kindergarten compared to what it's going to be when the record comes out. You know, I mean,
what will be involved?
Oh well, tonight you saw essentially maybe 6 or so lights on a track, you know, lighting track, and when we actually take the tour into the arenas in November, you know, we're hoping to have like 2,000 of those lights, and people will say it's excessive, and you know, but it's not. I mean, that's why when people go and buy the tickets, when they see that the tickets are $75. You know, they're going to say, it's expensive, but, you know, I'm getting those 2,000 lights.
The song's called Stereophonic. It's about high school. I don't know if you've ever been high in school.
you know, this is Last Band Mach 3. You know, there have been several other lineups that, you know, I don't want to bust on anybody or you know, put anyone down. I should just say that the band that we've got now, it's it's destiny, and it's 5 members who all believe in the cause, and you know, seriously, what we're talking about is essentially 3 people backing up Mike and Vaughn. Mike and Vaughn are the product, basically, and you know, we're lucky to have Bondog on the drums, you know, and he's besides being a shredding drummer, he also is one of the top 5 bond traders, stock traders, and if you've ever seen the show. The band is actually famous for his stock quotes, his mid-show stock quotes, and they actually check on the how the band's stock is doing during the show, you know. So he's a total asset to the band, and also we have Leonid on bass, and he's great. He's brought so much to the band, and the story with him is he's actually from Russian. He's actually Russian. But he's still very cool, even though he's from there. And you know, there's always talk about how Russia is our enemy, and which I still agree with. But you know, he's one of the good ones. Basically, the story behind his recruitment is that the last band were playing a show at a topless joint in Manhattan, and basically the previous bassist, Darren had felt that he had enough of the band. I can't see why, you know, and we're still actually in litigation with him. But he essentially took the band van and the money for that night's show, which was pretty good. It was $100, and basically took off. And fate, you know, fate is a wicked mistress. And Leonid was driving by in his cab. He's a cabbie, and he's based out of Bronx, and saw our heroes standing out there with their guitars. That was all that was salvaged when Darren took the van, and basically picked them up. One thing led to another. He said, you know, I play bass, which is an understatement. I mean, he's, you know, I'm thinking Jaco Pastorius, Michael Anthony, Leonid, you know. One thing led to another. He's in the band, and then he lays this bombshell on the band that's essentially, hey, I'm known as the 5th best stand-up comedian in Russia. And so one thing led to another, and that was incorporated into the act. And so, you know, it's like, what band besides Earth, Wind & Fire can claim that they've got a bassist who not only can lay it down hard and heavy, but also do a solid 15 minutes of stand-up, solid, you know. So that's, you know, that's on bass, and the lovely Nic Nack Paddy Whack on the keyboards. Who, I mean, what can you say about her? It's like she's been described as a combination of Jane Fonda and you know, and Tina Weymouth of the Talking Heads. But I think it's so much more than that. And I have to admit that when I see the band play, it's not unusual for me to have to take a cold shower in the middle of the show. And I told her this, and she acts like she's not into it, and she says it's gross. But you know, I'm flesh and bone. You know, I'm a man. I'm not above that just because I'm the manager and I call the shots. You know, yeah. I mean, she's something. Wow, she is something. Oh.
This next number, My Sweetheart Hurricane. Girl,
Oh, well, okay. We're doing, like I said, we're doing some warm-up shows. Actually, the show tonight was a warm-up show. It was not open to the public. I don't know if you got a shot of it, but did you get some film of the? Hang on, Dell. Well, where is he? When did you last see him? What's he doing at a bar? I mean, we've got 3 security guys on mic. I just don't know. I mean, what were all the guys going to the bathroom at the same time, or, you know, what are they doing in the room? Who are they with? With who? Duff McKagan. See, didn't you get the printout? The printout is a list that says who is not allowed into the inner sanctum, and Duff McKagan is definitely one of those names, okay? Duff McKagan is not allowed in there. Bob Denver is not allowed in there. And also, no, I know that, I know. I'm saying I don't want her in there, okay? Now, so where is he? I mean, Cleveland is a very big town, and I mean, basically all 3 of you guys are fired right now, okay? Okay, turn in your guns. Okay? Oh, right back at you too, okay? Okay, and no severance pay, okay? All right, and that penile implant secret is no longer a secret, okay? Okay? Jeez. Basically what happened is Mike Crisis is nowhere to be found. The band is playing in Cleveland tonight. And the brain trust that is our security squad let him wander off. So I'm still hoping there is a last band, and I'm sure there is. But as of tonight, we're short a singer. So, you know, that's just part of my job, you know, hiring and firing. Anyway, so where we're going to be, you know, basically the plan is this. We do the warm-up shows, one of which you saw tonight, and like I asked you before, I'm not sure if you filmed the line that I think was about a quarter-mile long down the street of people who are not allowed in, which is a shame, but, you know, you got to work the kink. Sorry, hang on. Dell. You found him. Is he alive? What's he on? Okay, well, just take him immediately. Actually, don't take him to a hospital. Just pump his stomach now, okay? I'm not exactly sure how to do that, but I guess you just punch him in the stomach or something. And I think what you do is you put like a colander under his face, so when he does actually vomit. Okay, well, that's great. Okay, did you punch him? Wait, he fell and he threw up because he fell. What? Okay. Okay, just put him to bed. All right, I want Duff out of the room. Okay? He's gone. Okay. All right, tell him that he is never, never, ever to be allowed in the inner sanctum, or the outer sanctum for that matter, okay? Okay, I love you. Bye. They found Mike. He was in some, I guess it was a male strip joint, which leaves me scratching my head. But anyway, he's okay. They didn't have to pump his stomach. He brought up on his own. He fell down and he vomited. And I mean, this is like a daily occurrence for him. And that's what's so great and also so horrific about the last band is that, you know, on the one hand, you've got Mike, who's just, you know, out of his head half the time on everything, you know, on substances, and on certain foods make him go insane. Okay, like he has if he has any of that fun dip, do you know fun dip? You know, the stuff you dip in, it's like a sugary thing. Gets violently ill, and then violent, aggressive, very aggressive. But then you've got Vaughn, on the other hand, who went through his problems and confronted his demons, you know, years ago. And he's actually he's a graduate of the Betty Ford Clinic, which we're very proud of. And I've actually got a photo here. I don't know if you can see it. Maybe you can get a shot of it later, but it's actually a photo that I took of Vaughn when I was in Betty Ford. We actually met at Betty Ford. I'd seen them play years before in Western Maine at a Battle of the Bands. They're playing a Battle of the Bands, and the winner of the Battle of the Bands became the spokes band for Gorton's, the frozen seafood chain. So anyway, hadn't seen, you know, I saw them then, and 2 years later, I meet Vaughn again at Betty Ford, and I did not actually graduate. I did not make it out of there, so you know, it didn't take for me for some reason. I don't know why, but anyway, he did, and he's just, you know, he's great. He's up at 5 in the morning. He's jogging. He's doing his calisthenics, his squatting. I guess they call it squatting. And he's a dream. The only problem with him is, of course, the incredibly voracious sexual appetite, which I'm sure you've been reading about. You know.
What's next, baby? This next number is called Susie is on the Town. Wait, one sec, Stedman. My styling cape, por favor. Ah, yeah. No. Rock and roll makes me go wild, man.